Alright, for a little while now, we've noticed this mixer every once in a while would mix the grains in good enough. When you would start up the load, it would spit out a bunch of unmixed grain right off the bat, right first thing, and then as you fed out, it would clean out. So we're going to get in this now and clean off the screws and inspect the kicker plates. I've got an idea if I add on to those kicker plates, I can get a little more time out of this. We are going to put a new liner and new screws in this mixer. I do have part of the wall that is tore in this, but I think for the most part it's just got some plates that need to be installed into it. So we're going to get inside it and clean it out here. Alright, for the most part this is all cleaned out. Now this baffle here, this happened a little while ago. Now I might have to cut a little more of that out. It looks like this is probably pushed back some, but this kicker plate here is wore off quite a bit. That's quite a bit shorter, so we'll add on to that so it'll have a little more lift to get the heavy grains off the bottom, and then subsequently this one's kind of doing the same thing, so we'll weld a plate on there, give it a little more height so it'll kick that grain up in the air and get it lifted up. And that shouldn't only take us a couple minutes. So we've got new screws and liners to go in here, and the liner goes up to about here. Put the liner in. Put these baffles in here. Each spot, we'll probably have to cut these out for the most part because they're all out of shape here. And I've got new screws for it too, so we're going to go ahead and get this down in the shop and get it figured out here. Alright, we're all inside here now. We're going to cut a piece of flat stock. It's about 16 or 18 inches long, and then we're just going to taper it down a little bit. This is a piece of 3/4 by 4 flat bar. And we'll just run it out here like 16, and shape it something like this, and then 32 will be the second one. So we'll get that marked out here. Some kind of a shape here, and then we want about the same for the second one, something like that. So we will get our torches fired up. Clamp this down. One of the clamps. Okay, so we've got the pieces cut. I've got them laying there. Before we do any welding, we're going to unhook the battery that goes to the scale. Okay, we've got the battery off the mixer wagon. That's unhooked. Now we better unhook the battery on the tractor, being that the mixer is hooked to the tractor. Take the cover off here. Okay, we've got the batteries unhooked. Wrench there. Now like I said, I got the pieces in there. We're getting ready to climb in. I got the welder hooked up now. I've got the ability to weld with a stick welder, or weld with a stick off this Lincoln 350 welder. So we're going to plug our stinger in here. So I've got that set for 7018. We're going to climb in here and weld our first piece on. Alright, we're going to have to peel this stuff off here. It's a piece of stainless. So. What we need to do is cut this so it'll sit right on there. And I'm going to put that now right to there. That's decent there. What we'll do is we will run this around by hand, and if that gets too close to the side, we can just cut this off with the torch. We've got this one welded into place. We're going to go ahead and weld the back one in. Now this is nothing neat. This is stuff that's just scabs that we're welding on. Everything I cut, I didn't grind nothing off. It's just a quick fix to it here. That's what I arced the welding rod on the wall. It's going to do its purpose. We're going to have to run it a little bit and then maybe cut this side off because it could hit around the floor. So we're going to move to the back screw now. That's got the same thing going on back here. We've got some tearing on the wall. We've got to tear up this little stainless. They put a stainless panel on this end here. So we're going to cut this off with the grinder, and then we'll set our cleat on there. Alright, we just need to bend this little piece of stainless back. Where the heck did the hammer go? There. Do the same thing on this side that we did on the front one. Just come right across here with the grinder, and we'll peel that lip off of there. I have to get this off in there because this is just a little piece of stainless that they welded onto here, and if I weld it to the top of that, it would just peel off. So they've got a bead of weld here. I might have to cut that a little bit there to get it to lift up off in there. Alright, I got a new wheel for the grinder, so we're just going to clean this up a little bit so I got a good surface to weld to. Alright, now I'm going to get my piece of iron. Electrode end is there. Now, I probably should push this back a little bit. Alright. So, got that pushed back a little bit. Now, decent. So about there. So pull electrode out. And then the end. Tap, tap. Run a couple passes on the back side here. Now we're going to just gather our stuff up here, and we're going to get everything out of here, and roll this thing around. Alright, so we're just kind of walking around the mixer right now. This is the front screw here. We've got that one welded on there. There's the opening, conveyor. We're going to roll this mixer around, and we've got to make sure it doesn't hit anywhere here. These are not completely round. There's some spots that are a little tighter than others, so we have to check the tight spots, and wherever there's a tight spot, we need to adjust the kicker plates here. So You guys are going to watch this one. And I'm going to turn the run the mixer around, and I'll watch the back one too. Okay, before we can even get going, this one here is hit. That one's hitting right there. Because this wall is real thin, it's kind of pushed itself out, so I don't want to gouge that up at all, and I don't even want to cut it there because this is so thin. I'll end up cutting that. I kind of want to keep that, leave that alone for now. Maybe I should cut some of that off, but at this point we're just going to try to run this out of the way, get it out to here, and cut it out here. Okay, there's our first adjustment. Again, we're going to set you guys back here, like that. Alright, again, you guys are going to be watching this one, and I'm going to be watching the back. Man, that's tight. Okay, this one's going to have to be trimmed a little bit. It's kind of tight there, so we're going to have to trim that one some, but we'll trim it when it gets back to the opening. Alright, it's tight again right there. It looks like we bunged a rock at one time right there. Alright, I'm going to go back. Okay, that should do her. Now we're just going to cut this one off. All our tools on the table here. Okay, that should do it. I haven't got any other pieces in here. I made sure that we kept and picked up everything as we went. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up our hoses and the welder leads, and we'll hook up our battery, and we'll run the PTO slow, make sure nothing's going to happen, and then we'll get this thing ready to load feed into it. So, okay, the batteries are hooked back up, so now I just got to get this cover on there, and we'll hook up the battery to the scale. Plug our wire harness back in. Okay, now the scale is hooked up, tractor's all ready to go. Now we can start it up and run it. Alright, we're going to jump up in 7720. Alright, it's making its way around there. It's not hitting nowhere. Well, we might as well rev it up. Centrifugal force will make the best of it. Looks like it's gonna work. It's Monday night now. We'll take the mixer up and put it away. Then we'll try her out in the morning. We'll see how it does on the grain. Alright, it is Tuesday morning now. I'm loading up both loads of feed. Monday morning I put the camera on the side of the mixer just to video what came off of the mixer first thing. And usually what comes off in the first few feet of, feed down through the feed alley, the feed's not mixed up thoroughly. So hopefully we fixed that problem. Like I said, I did video that yesterday morning, so we're going to play that right now on what came off of the mixer. I'm going to go right to that clip now. And then it'll go right from what came off of the mixer Monday morning, and then we'll go right into what's going to come off of the mixer this morning. As soon as I get done mixing these loads of feed, when I go to feed off that 1200 mixer, I'll stick the camera to the side of the mixer again, just like I did yesterday morning. So hopefully the improvements we made last night is gonna get our problem fixed. We do have new screws and new wall liners to put on that mixer, and hopefully in the next couple weeks we can get that in there. But for now, hopefully this does the trick. So let's get the camera over onto the side of the mixer and see what the comparisons are here. We do have new screws and a liner kit for the 1200 mixer. There's the liner kit there. All the pieces are pre-cut and pre-formed, and this is AR 400, I believe it is. See 1200 twin there. So these are the new screws. Underneath one of these lids is the all the knives and whatever for the screw. Here's the kicker plate here on the new screw. They're just tack welded down. You knock that tack off in there, and then you adjust the kicker plate out immediately. That's got a little bit of a chamfer on the bottom of it to put it on a little bit of an angle. I put the ones I put on straight up and down just to weld them on easier. But yeah, so we'll get these in there as soon as we get the time to do it. This will be boy, I want to say like the third or the fourth one that I've done before. So, with that being said, folks, thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up, drop me a comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't yet already. Take it easy, folks.